Well, so glad we finally managed to get through that absolute shit show of a set of club races that I went through. Especially with Coastal Chaos and the fact that it was raining. And because whenever it rains in this game, it practically pours it down all the time. You know you're basically doing everything you can to try and cheat death before death cheats you. And I think before we get on with any more club racing, we need to go after Vanessa again, because she's now popped back up on the map. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to the SRT4, and we're going to do some customization to this thing. In other words, we're going to change the colours on this thing. So, heading to the colour shop, and I think what we're going to do is, we'll give it metallic, and I think the paint coat will give it this time. I do like that darker shade of green, to be fair, but I want to see what else there is. Yeah, that's meant to be blue. Might actually go with that blue, to be fair. I think that's grey. That's a darker shade of blue. That's red. And I think that's meant to be gold, so... Actually, yes. I want to go with that shade of blue. Dark blue, more specifically. I'm going with that. And in terms of the window tints, we'll make that... Sure, we can make it green. And we'll probably also change the colour of the vinyl as well, because I can do that. And we'll go with... Yeah, that'll work. And I think the other thing we're going to do... Let's put on the... Yeah, we'll put on the dub badge for this thing. Doesn't hurt to spend a little money when it comes to improving stylization. And we'll give this thing a neon whilst we're here. Yeah, we'll make it green. Just so I'm keeping the trend going here. And we'll change the nitrous to... Yeah, let's make it red. And as for the HUD... Wait, what colour did I have it in before? I honestly don't remember. You know what, I'll leave the HUD the same. I think we've more or less done everything we need to do here. I think the only thing I can really do now is give it decals on both the front and the rear. So what we'll put on the front, we'll go with... if I can find it. Yeah, let's go with Dodge. And as for the rear, we'll put on an aftermarket sponsor. And we'll go with... Yes, Wings West. Okay, I think that should be everything we need now. So, without further ado, let's get on with racing Vanessa, because I think now is a good time to do so. I would have considered changing my vinyl as well, but to be honest, I don't really need to change the vinyl. I think it looks fine the way it is.
Well, that's what they say. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I'll take your word for it, baby. And now, let's go and get Vanessa.
You must have really annoyed this girl. Look like she upgraded that thing since you taught her a lesson last time.
Honestly, that was actually pretty funny when I made contact with her. I wasn't sure on where she was, and then I just unexpectedly body slammed her. It was actually pretty funny, to be honest. I know I can't really chuckle because at the moment I know I have a bit of a headache. But anyway, we begin with Gas Lamp, and by this time if we win, we will get 2,400 credits. And we've got a Lotus Elise in the field now. 2 of them actually, so something tells me there is definitely going to be some meddling going on here. And I can see it happening. Wasn't really bothered to use the Slipstream Turbo that time around because I didn't need to. And nor do I really need to use it here at the moment because there's no reason to. Okay, I used it that time because it was just flashing at me, and basically it was just a case of me making sure that I at least got one in the books. God. Okay. We managed to escape further calamity, thankfully. So for once I was in the right when it came to damage limitation. Or pretty much in the right. Honestly, that would have been so much worse had it not been for Zone. Because you really have got to prepare yourself for these races, and you have got to be astute when it comes to managing these things. I should have used Zone there for a moment before I slowed down. Okay, whatever, I'm using it now. And yet, traffic still has to get in the way, but amazingly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be honest. And I am still behind. But you know what? I still have a shot at this. So hopefully the game rewards me. If it's in any way possible. How I avoided that, I will never know. But it doesn't matter because I win. My life flashed right before my eyes, and I thought for sure I was basically just gonna get whiplashed again like I had so many times before. But that time I managed to time the zone just right, and then I basically shot through the baseball park and got the W anyway. By 3 seconds over Xavier, Kyle 3rd, Vanessa finished in 4th, then we had Pearl in 5th, followed by Stoby in 6th, or Stowaby, I think is how it's pronounced, and Walker finished 7th and last.
I told you they was punks.
They're punks, alright. The punk's alright, Oscar, no question over that. And I think because overall that was actually a pretty solid run, and for once I did not need to restart. Let's get our replay now. We might as well do that. It's probably the least I can do, considering everything else that's already been and gone up to this stage of recording. So for that race we had a few eclipses, and we also had a gaggle of Lotus Elises in that race. I have no idea how I pulled it off, but the game actually gave me a freebie that time, and thankfully made me skilled enough to let me off. Like, it actually decided that for once the punishment was enough, and it just let me walk away with a W. I'm also so glad I won that race, because if I hadn't, then I would not be in the best of moods. In other words, I would have been displeased. But thankfully, I actually had enough skill and luck to successfully dodge the ever-moving bullets. Like, I pretty much dodged the bullets, basically Neo style, and I actually managed to succeed in the end. I also figured I might as well put on the dub badge, just because, well, number one is I wanted to, and number two is, well, because I did win a dubbed out Chrysler. And I think because I never fell out of contention in this race, that was pretty much my main reason for winning. And because I somehow succeeded with the ending as well, that was pretty much how I just pulled everything off. Like, everything just fell into place, and that time Divine Intervention actually let me off. And I figured I had to get a full race replay simply because I think it was worthy of that. And now we're on to splits. Oh boy. I wonder what exactly this race is going to have me doing. And this time we've got some Evos in the field, along with a few Eclipses. Okay, it is an ordered race at least, so we're not having to dash straight to one checkpoint. The game is fucking with me again. No question about it. The game is absolutely, undeniably, irredeemably fucking with me again. I'm also not taking the parking lot this time, because it will just throw me off course otherwise. I need to go as straight as I can possibly go, without using the brakes. And thankfully that time the tram did not straight up bulldoze me. Because that tram will fuck you up. It will fuck you up and fuck you up hard. If you encounter one of them. That's just what it will do. And at this point, I am quite honestly sick of just getting so belligerently tortured every time I try and get close to winning a race. The game has to somehow find a way to completely demolish my race before I even have a chance to win it. That's just how virtually unfair some of these races just genuinely feel. And I think this one is no different. I'm gonna get slipstream turboed here, I can feel it. Unless I can somehow stay ahead. Nope, no you don't. You're not passing me. You shall not pass, Curly. I also just quoted Lord of the Rings. Funnily enough, I actually referenced 2 movies in that whole ordeal. But anyway, I beat Curly to the line with Vanessa 3rd, Pearl 4th, and Casey 5th.
I knew you wasn't just a punk.
I know there were 6 of us in that race, but to be honest, I just didn't care. This game has already tortured me long and hard enough at this point for me to just not give a shit anymore about how much it absolutely tortures me. And we've now got the level 2 performance parts available for Class D vehicles. Thank God. Okay, this last race had better not give me too much of the usual shit. Because if it does, then we are going to have some serious problems. If you just want to keep doing this to me, and doing it to me like you want to basically break every bone in my body, and then basically tear every ligament that holds my body together. Guys, I think the game is fucking with me again. Like, I think it is so irrevocably fucking with me at the moment. That it seems like I'm just asking myself to basically get struck by lightning just about every time. I am so glad those cars moved out the way when they did. Okay, I know this is my best opportunity now. Can I get it done? Yes! So glad that's over. It's always for moments like these where when you actually win a race in this game, it just becomes so much of an accomplishment that it's pretty much even more remarkable than landing on the moon. And that's honestly just how inhumanly rewarding it is when you actually win in this game and everything just comes together. So, 48.2 in the end, ahead of Rezo, Vanessa 3rd, Casey 4th, Boo 5th, and Zan finished in 6th.
Hey man, you want me to hook you up? I got some incredible new paint in.
And now I am pretty sure we're going to get a cutscene because we just beat Vanessa again, and also because we've now unlocked Atlanta. So we've now got the San Diego police car for beating all of the progressional street racers. And we've also got level 1 performance parts for the Class C vehicles to boot. And we've also unlocked pearlescent paint as well. All of that is very, very nice, and also very rewarding, because I think I might just do one more event in this game, and then call it a day, because boy do I feel wiped out now. Anyway, onto the cutscene.
I don't know how you deal with the cold, Issy.
You get used to it. It's the sun that makes you dumb.
All that salt messes with your work. That's my problem.
Man, your work needs all the help it can get.
Shh, whatever. Fuel. I've been hearing a lot of crap about you. People saying you can actually drive. Oh, this is Vince, the best mechanic in Detroit. If you're ever in the Motor City, you should pay him a visit. Hey, this is Baby's boy.
Ah, right.
I know you got good taste in cars, eh? So there's this dub event down in Atlanta, beautiful cars. But more interesting than that, there's gonna be some serious competition. You should go down there, show them what you got. Thought it might be something fun for you. And here, I got a buddy, Apone. If something happens to your ride, or you need a hookup, he'll take care of you. I mean, he ain't no Oscar. He's better than Vince here.
Yeah, who you trying to kid?
Yeah, I know I'm number one.
Yeah, you're number one.
Hey, later, Issy. The shipping company is now open for business. To get to another city, just drive to the Citywide Movers. Pull up to the dock with the city name you want to head to. When the door opens, pull in and you're on your way.
And so we have now unlocked Atlanta, after beating all of the progressional street racers in San Diego, but we still have some more club racing to do and a few other bits and pieces before we can move to Atlanta.
I just heard that Dub is bringing one of those tournaments they like so much to Atlanta. Maybe you want to check it out, man. You could win a dubbed out Cadillac.
All of that will come in good time, baby.
Dre's looking to take you down because your rep is getting bigger. You're going to be drawing more attention.
And Dre has also appeared on the Atlanta map. So we've now unlocked Atlanta, and Dre is the first opponent who comes onto the map, but we still have a few more things to do here in San Diego before we move to the deep south of Georgia. Atlanta, by the way, is in the state of Georgia, and San Diego, as most of you probably know, is in the state of California. So what we're going to do now is we are going to head back to the menus and look at our latest progress, as the game has once again tried everything in its power to break me, but even though I came close to breaking a few times, we still persevered nonetheless. So these are our latest stats now, and my skill rating is currently at 33. We've now beaten 5 racers overall, as we beat Vanessa a second time. 28 vehicles unlocked, and we've got 8 thirds with 8 seconds. And we're now 15% complete with the game after 10 episodes, and we're up to 178,000 flat on total cash earned. So that'll do it for this episode of Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, and next time we will be moving on to the stage tournament, coming in the next episode.